Hi, gang. So I'm going to quickly review finding the volume of right rectangular prism. Now, you should recall from last year that right rectangular prisms have 6 faces. Right now, I can only see 3 of them. Here's one that is 24.5 inches by 10 inches. And then here's another one that is 8 inches by 10 inches. And yet another one that is 8 inches by 24.5 inches. And for each one of those faces, there's an opposite face that is parallel and equal to it. So you can see 3 faces. There are another 3 faces that equal the same area of each one of those. And another thing we know is opposite edges are parallel and equal. So, for example, this edge or this height is 10 inches, then so is this one, and so is this one. This edge is 24.5 inches, so is this one, and the one opposite that. And then this is 8 inches, so is this one, so is this one. And again, there's more than that. We can only see half of the prism right now. So you should remember last year that the volume equation is length times width times height. And all that tells us is the 3 dimensions of how much this shape can actually hold inside. So since the unit of measure is inches, we're trying to find out how many cubic inches this shape contains. Now, you should also remember that length times width gives us the area of the base of this rectangle. We represent that by capital B. So you should remember the formula is also B times H to figure out the volume. Okay, now let me go to a new screen here. So we have the volume, the formula is length times width times height, or base times height. Now the area of the base here is 24.5 inches by 8 inches, length times width. And that gives us the area of the base. I'm just going to put a dotted edges for the part we can't see. You can see it here because the opposite face is this one right here, which is 24.5 by 8 inches. Okay, so that's how you set it up, the formula. So in parentheses is the length times the width, or the area of the base, which is 24.5 or 24.5 inches times 8 inches. And then we multiply that by the height, which is 10 inches. Now, here's my mathematical work. I multiplied 24 and 5/10 times 8. You get 196. If you want to check that, go ahead and click pause, and you can take a look at my calculations. But the area of the base is 196 square inches. If you remember, when we're talking about area, it's how many squares of whatever unit of measure you're using, square units. So in this case, square inches can cover that area. So that area of the base is 196 square inches. We'll multiply it by the height of 10 inches, and we get a total volume of 1,960 cubic inches. So in other words, if this rectangular prism were set up in real life in front of you, and we had little cubes that were 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, so 1 inch long, 1 inch wide, 1 inch tall, we would be able to fit and stack 1,960 of them inside that box. I hope you found this video useful.